Imagine, right now, Earth's atmosphere loses oxygen for just 5 short minutes. In that very fraction of a second, the sky changes its color, and all concrete buildings around the world begin to turn into dust. Oceans, under the influence of monstrous physical reactions, start to instantly boil and evaporate into space. Will you survive if the air around you suddenly stops containing the life-giving gas? Welcome to the chronicle of the oxygen collapse. From the first breath into the void to planetary terror. Second one, all unprotected metal parts on the planet instantly weld due to the disappearance of the oxide film. The eardrums of every living creature on Earth burst from a sharp and catastrophic drop in atmospheric pressure. Airplanes flying high in the sky lose engine thrust and plummet like stone sacks. The Earth's crust beneath our feet shudders from hidden chemical processes in the mantle. Sunlight, scattering in the altered air, paints the horizon in an eerie coal-black color. Second 10, all concrete around us loses its binding element and settles into gray piles of rubble. Houses, bridges, and roads collapse into giant man-made ruins in a matter of moments. People in skyscrapers plummet down along with collapsing concrete floor slabs. Fire in all furnaces, engines, and gas burners on the planet goes out in a single instant. Cars on the roads stall, turning into useless metal boxes. Second 30, ocean water, stripped of its bond with oxygen, begins to rapidly evaporate under the sun. Bodies of water bubble and boil right before your eyes, releasing giant plumes of steam into the atmosphere. Fish and marine life are thrown onto the exposed seabed of dried-up seas. A terrifying wave of heat sweeps across all continents of the planet. Second 40, the ozone layer disappears, exposing Earth to the lethal ultraviolet radiation of space. Every person's skin in the open air starts instantly receiving severe sunburns. Plants and trees dry out in seconds, turning into brittle charred ash. Second 50, human lungs trying to take a breath feel a terrible scorching void. Oxygen starvation knocks out the human brain faster than it can realize what is happening. Millions of people lose consciousness from instant suffocation in the very first minutes of the catastrophe. Second 60, the first minute of absolute chemical madness on Earth passes. The Earth's crust cracks due to pressure changes in the internal cavities of the planet. Dust from destroyed concrete cities rises to the stratosphere. Air temperature skyrockets to record highs due to the greenhouse effect of steam. Communication between surviving pockets of civilization is destroyed completely and forever. Minute 2. The planet resembles a scorched alien wasteland from horror movies. Oceans turn into salt crusts and hot mud puddles at the bottom of depressions. Atmospheric vortices drive scorching clouds of dust and radioactive ash across the land. No land organism can survive under conditions of the harshest ultraviolet radiation. Destroyed megacities are buried under their own concrete remains. Minute 3. Earth's geomagnetic field fails due to changes in the atmosphere's composition. Compass needles begin to spin chaotically around the globe. The aurora borealis flares up with a bright toxic light even above the equator. Cosmic radiation penetrates every corner of the deserted planet. The silence of death descends over the ruins of a once great civilization. Minute 4. Nature freezes in anticipation of the return of basic physical laws. Cooling rock fragments crack under the impact of cosmic rays. The wind carries the remnants of evaporated water into the upper layers of the air. Not the sound of cars, the cries of birds, nor the rustle of leaves can be heard anymore. Earth looks as though fire from cosmic destruction has swept across it. Minute 5. Exactly 300 seconds later, oxygen begins to return to the atmosphere. Gas molecules flood the void like an avalanche, causing massive sonic booms in the sky. Air shockwaves blow away the remains of semi-ruined walls worldwide. The returned oxygen mixes with soot, forming a toxic fog. What does a person see upon regaining consciousness after 5 minutes of the oxygen nightmare? Around them lies a dead, gray world without a single surviving building. Oceans are boiling salt lakes littered with fish. Only charred black stumps and ash remain of forests and parks. Humanity's infrastructure is wiped off the face of the earth with absolute precision. The ears of survivors remain permanently damaged due to ruptured eardrums. People cannot hear each other because of ringing in the head and the silence of dead cities. Radiation burns cover the bodies of those who miraculously sheltered underground. Fresh water supplies have completely evaporated or turned into poison. Hunger and thirst become the main executioners for those remaining alive. No technology works anymore in a world without concrete and electricity. The planet enters a phase of long and agonizing recovery of the biosphere. Scientists in deep bunkers record fatal climate changes. Carbon dioxide dominates the poisoned atmosphere of the ruined world. Surface temperature continues to hold at critical marks. Lake basins fill with boiling mud and the remnants of rains. The planet's animal world is destroyed by 99%. Humanity has regressed not even to the Stone Age, but to primal chaos. Survival under such conditions requires incredible and superhuman efforts. Every breath fills the lungs with soot, dust, and heavy metals. Civilization fell victim to a momentary absence of the familiar gas. The laws of chemistry and physics are merciless to fragile creatures of nature. We do not even notice by what miracle our atmosphere holds together daily. 5 minutes without oxygen rewrote Earth's history in bloody letters. No protective dome could withstand the instant evaporation of seas. Space has shown us its true, cold, and hostile face. Errors in simulations prove the reality of this terrifying scenario. Our planet is a vulnerable ship in an ocean of lethal vacuum. Studying the laws of science helps us realize the fragility of life. But against global anomalies, we have no real protection. Every new breath under a clear sky is the greatest gift of the universe. Science continues to study the consequences of sudden changes in air composition, but even thinking about the repetition of such a nightmare is unbearably terrifying. Oxygen atoms sustain the entire biomass of our huge world. We owe our existence to Earth's thin gas envelope. Ahead of us lie many more eerie secrets of planetary catastrophes. Tearing the masks off familiar things, we peer into the abyss of space. Stay vigilant and cherish every moment of stability around you. The universe is full of unpredictable traps for living organisms. We will continue exploring the craziest scenarios of our home's destruction. Summarizing this destructive chronicle, we realize the scale of the threat. 5 minutes without oxygen turned a flourishing Earth into a dead hell. Our planet is incredibly fragile in the face of chemical laws. Every new sunrise under a blue sky is a true miracle. The laws of nature hold our world on the thinnest edge of survival. Earth's history is full of hidden threats and harsh cosmic lessons. We will continue plunging into the secrets of science in upcoming episodes. Analyze facts, think critically, and protect your mind from illusions. Knowledge is the only shield in the face of the inevitable cosmos. Follow new videos to be the first to know the whole truth until the end. Subscribe to the channel. The most grandiose and terrifying awaits ahead.